Yeah. So now, before we wrap up,
Hmm.
so I like to get a quote, and I was reading this about this guy yesterday. So his name is Bertrand Russell, and that is a quote from him that is I have to read here because I don't want to butcher what he said. But work is of two kinds. First, altering the position of matter at or near the Earth's surface relative to the other matter, and the second, telling other people to do so. So it kind of like it's kind of humorous take, like on the nature of work,
Hmm.
where like there's people who delegates and they just like just pinpoint different things, but they also touch like questions about the value of work, right? And
Hmm.
as someone like you that help business to grow their online presence through social media and online, how do you see the value of work as on your role? So like, and maybe more, we can explore this more broadly. What do you
Hmm.
think is the value of work in today's society?
Yeah, I guess it's making a difference in uh, making a positive impact or a positive difference either to a business or to the world or basically in anything you do. I think in any place you go into, if you can make it even 1% better or 0.1% better, you're going the
Mm-hmm.
right direction. But
Mm-hmm.
rather than making it, the other side of it is making it worse. So
Yes.
it's just like going in with the mindset and um, just yeah that you're going in to make a positive impact and you're going
Mm-hmm.
in to make it even 1% better
Yeah.
in any place you go into. So like it doesn't matter. It can be the smallest thing, and like we were on about the compound effect earlier, is basically going into a place and just like doing the smallest steps that can help uh, in a positive way and help drive whether it be a business in the right direction or a team or anything. It doesn't matter what walk of life it is. It's just that you're going in with the mindset I'm here to make things better, not to make things worse.
Mm.
Uh, and I think in that you'll have a positive impact, whether it be on the business or and in time it could be the world, because who knows what. Just say if we're going into
Mm.
like I don't know, let's say all these environmental companies now that are trying to make a positive impact. If you're going in doing your part, and then that
Mm-hmm.
business wants to basically save the hole in the ozone layer or something like that, that you can say, "Oh, I played my part."
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, yeah. It's so interesting to explore these topics because I've been on this quest now to understand the value of work, and that's why I always like be searching for philosophers and see like what their perspective over it, and I wanted
Mm.
to see like what people see as well, and it's been very interesting to see how different is vision from philosophy part and from perspective of people, and
Yeah.
for me it's been very interesting, and it's been a good quest right now. And I've been on this like personal quest right now to understand that, and
Mm.
it's been fun. It's been interesting to see.
Yeah,
It's
I
cool.
I find there was one saying that kind of stuck with me before, and it was kind of like I think it was Brian Keane in Brian Keane's book
Mm,
that he touched on it, but he might have got it from somewhere else. I don't
all
know if it
right.
was his quote, but it was basically that everything is a case of perspective and opinion. Doesn't
Exactly.
matter. Just like we could look at the exact same thing and we could have a different opinion
Mm.
on it or a
Oh,
different
that's
perspective on it.
that's for true.
So
That's
kind
for
of
sure.
it's a good thing to keep in mind, especially when you're meeting people who are like pretty much won't have the same, who are of just a different opinion,
Mm-hmm.
because it's just their perspective on it. Like you don't, because we straight away we can get very defensive and take things to heart,
Yeah.
and like that's how feelings get hurt, I guess. But when you see, it's just like their perspective isn't always right,
It's
or
true.
it might be right or wrong. It's just a perspective, and same with the opinion. It's just their view on it, and that comes on anything in the world that's been viewed upon. It's just
Yeah.
and perspectives can be influenced as well. That we can be told this is the way to view it,
Mm.
but it's
Yeah.
coming along with your critical thinking then, and kind of you can look at it from another point of view and question it.
Yeah.
Whereas like there's obviously some things we've been told not to question, but like you can question anything in life.
It's
So, but
true.
yeah, that's
Even
one
though
thing I
you
thought.
don't say it, you can question it. You don't need to say to
Yeah,
anyone.
yeah,
You can question yourself.
you can
So
question
there's
us. Yeah,
there's no way to people to say you can't question. There's some of the things you can question. Well,
yeah.
you can just not question them, but you can be questioned on your
Yeah,
mind.
you can make your own. Like we have that kind of right as individual human beings to kind of basically make up our own minds and basically have our own views and our own perspectives for our own people. Like, so it's just that I guess, yeah, you have that right that you can make up your own mind to take your view on whatever it is that you're
Yes,
in
true.
view of.
Yeah, and yeah, as you mentioned, perspective, it carries a lot of you, so it's extremely biased. It's going to carry what is like what you bring as your luggage of knowledge they have from the world and your vision from the world. So it's going to be extremely biased, and everyone
Yeah,
who say they are unbiased, they're lying. Everyone has their own bias.
yeah, and it's important to, I think, acknowledge that, and just acknowledge that you do have bias based on, it could be just like, again, compound effects where your belief system, because you've told yourself over and over again that this is the way it is and this is the way you like things. But that, if somebody questions that, then you can get defensive, but you can just say that's their perspective. And it's also acknowledging, look, I might have my own bias towards that because that's the way I've done things time and time again. So, and it's kind of just saying, look, we might both be right, we might both be wrong. It's kind of maybe been able to step back from it. But I guess I don't know, maybe in the heat of the moment, it doesn't always pan out that way.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and I think I see that a lot in sports, and like I find it funny when I see people just say I support Man United now, and I have a lot of friends who support Liverpool, and like we obviously have totally opposite perspectives and views on players and everything, but it's hilarious. And to be honest, like neither are right, neither are wrong. It doesn't really, like, we don't. Our perspective view on it makes no difference. To be honest, and we can sit down for an argument for half an hour about it, and we'll come away and nothing will have changed. So.
Yeah, it's completely true, man. I know because I am a football fan as well, but I support my team Brazil, and I completely understand when you go into this topic, it's heated and it's so funny.
It's funny.
Yeah. Hey, man. Well, look, was great to talk to you.